Before I begin, I want to remind everyone that this is an opinion. This means that if you believe in something other than what I believe, you're wrong. There's also spoilers to the Just Cause plot in both games. Since the beginning of fucking time, gamers have been wanting to kick bubblegum and chew ass. No matter what the game is, there's always a challenge. But challenges could range anywhere between getting the highest score, completing the objective, or killing everyone you meet. Even Dance Dance Revolution's got a fighting element to it, because you got to fight random people on the street, take their money, and use it to pay for hospital bills for your fucked up kneecaps after you're done playing for 40 minutes. Take the Doom Guy, for example, an unstoppable force capable of taking out all of Hell's armies. The only thing that stands between him and victory is the amount of ammo he can get by sawing a guy in half. And this brings us to Just Cause, a game series made by Square Enix and Avalanche Studios. Just Cause was a crazy-ass game because it was the only open-world game you got to blow up anything you wanted to. Not totally destructive, but destructive enough to a point where it's fun. You know how in school there's sometimes the bigger bully that bullies the smaller bullies? Well, Rico's the big bully, and dictators are the smaller bullies. Just Cause 3 not only had the same elements as the first two games, it also had a story that gripped you. Watching Dima die in a noble effort to sacrifice herself for the rebel cause? It was heart-wrenching, dude. In Just Cause 3, the NPCs outside the story missions don't really do much outside to compliment you. This is the reason why Just Cause succeeded so much. The entire time they were just pixels on the screen. It's only after spending time with certain characters do you grow to be attached to them. Just Cause 3's destruction was so amazing. Watching the big tanks go boom in a giant fiery blue explosion made you feel like a total badass, capable of anything. The cars handled like total shit, but the guns on them is what made them amazing. In the DLC, you get vehicles that are much stronger than in the normal game. But unlike other games, the DLC items weren't just for the main character. All of a sudden, you see your enemies coming at you with 10-ton mechs, picking up crates and slamming you into the wall. You see drones whirring up in the sky, bombarding you and your allies. And Just Cause 3 was such a good game that I finished it 4 times. This is a game with a little something for everyone. It has the aiming and movement of most third-person shooters. It has RPG elements in upgrading your items, changing your stats, and your playstyle to suit your method. Granted that all available methods are somewhere between huge explosions or one-taps, but it was there. The only thing that I think that needs changing is the shotguns. The shotguns are way too situational to be worth it. Maybe if they came with a grenade launcher or let you carry more than the default amount of grenades, it might be useful for a close quarters combat arena. But otherwise, it's not worth it. Everyone was super happy about how Just Cause 3 came out. Everything from the moving, to the shooting, to the story was great. Then we got Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 was an okay game compared to 3. And it's still a great game. I recommend for everyone to play it. But it was completely overhyped compared to Just Cause 3. The only major difference between the two games is that there's no more settlements in 4, which was the entire point of Just Cause 3. Ammo is much more scarce, Rico dies faster, and the new voice lines sound like the main character from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Are you Sergeant Rex Colt? Dr. Darling said you're some kind of hero.
I'm no hero. I'm just your everyday U.S. military Mark IV cyber commando.
In Just Cause 4, it's like the design is trying to shift away from huge Hollywood explosions into carefully orchestrated destruction. Large objects require certain methods to destroy them efficiently. And you know what? It works. The game is a great orchestra of explosions, but that's not what Just Cause 3 was. But I can't blame the developers for trying to move in a new direction. Old players can still enjoy Just Cause 3, going back to its crazy and chaotic nature, but people who want a symphony of destruction could easily go to 4. The guns are much more different as well. As I already mentioned, the lower ammo count, which really forces you to rely on good aim rather than running and gunning. It's okay, but it doesn't suit Just Cause's normal style. This reminds me a lot of another game, GTA 4. It's vastly different than the other GTA games. I mean, sure, the universe stayed the same, the people are crazy, hot dog vendors are yelling, "Put my meat in your mouth," and a bunch of other things that a normal GTA game would have. But Nico's detached from it all. He's a broken man, tired of all the fighting he's gone through. He tries finding the last piece to his terrible past, to get revenge for what happened to him and his comrades, in a betrayal from someone he once called comrade. The main character is not part of the universe he's in. He's a different being, not situated on jokes and crime, but on peace and order. Rico was a force in nature, an action movie hero. He was making jokes and blowing shit up. And it fit Medici. The people were all like family to him. Even the enemies had personalities fitting of a dictatorship. But in Just Cause 4, they were more dead. The soldiers didn't have any personalities. They merely stated what you were doing. It isn't, "Hello, is anybody left out there?" It's now, "Do you have visual on the target?" The enemies, the people you spend 90% of your time with in the game, don't have a personality. Nobody saw a problem here? In Just Cause 3, the rebels will yell, "Here he is, the king of the rebels!" But in 4, people seem to hate you for taking their car, making you feel bad. In 3, they yell tips about the car. "Be careful shifting, it sticks in second." They say things like, "Rico, you've grown up since the last time I saw you." The people love and cherish you, and you fight to free them. In 4, they are cold, distant. They blame you for causing their problems. They'd rather live on their knees than die on their feet. And these are the people you're risking your life for? They seem a little ungrateful for the work you're putting into for freeing them. TLDR, if you like massive explosions and Hollywood-style badassery, aided by great storytelling, go to Just Cause 3. If you like slower-paced, realistic action and a darker story, then go to Just Cause 4. And don't get me started on the graphics. Refer to this amazing video by Nick930 for good comparisons. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate the environments are much more diverse than 4. See you around. Take a look and formulate your own opinions. Officer. Now for the real symphony of destruction. Should I go into the new tank or get the old one? Because I kind of like this one. It's like faster.
It's not a tank.
Yeah, it's a tank.
It's an armored personnel carrier. It does not have tracks. It has wheels. A tank has tracks. A tank has tracks. It is not a tank.
I mean, the game labels it as a tank. I mean, go to Rebel Drop.
It's not a
Tanks. Yeah, look. It's even got the wheels in the image. Look. This is the.
It's not a tank.
Yeah, it's a tank. Why isn't it a tank, huh?
A tank.
Why is it not a tank?
Because it doesn't have tracks.
Okay, nobody said you needed that to become a. What shit did I just try? Nobody said you needed that to make a tank. Nobody ever's like, oh, you can't make a tank.
The definition, a tank is a tracked vehicle.
Okay, what about propane tanks? They don't have any tracks, but they're still called tanks.
Because it's a tank, as in like a carrier or something.
Okay, but this carries people, so it's a tank.